Welcome back to the channel, guys, and today's the big one. We finally have our HDMI 2.1 monitor. Now, I've been talking about getting the ROG Strix XG43UQ on my channel, but unfortunately there's still no release date. So I saw on Overclockers that the Aorus FV43U is out, and I've seen a ton of videos already on YouTube with some great reviews. So I decided, why not? Why not go take a leap and get a 43-inch monitor, Ultra HD, in my hands as soon as possible. So we'll crack on with the unboxing. Wow. You okay with this?
Oh.
Wow. Can you go, just put them on the desk for me? Thank you. It's okay. And we have a little remote control. Okay. And now, let's get on with the main event, which will be, why don't you hold onto the box for me? Oh, here we go. And here we are. Hi. So I've had this monitor for a few days now, and my initial impressions are it's a great monitor. I'm still playing around with the settings, but let me give you my first impressions so far. So first of all, as this is a VA panel, there are going to be some ghosting, but there's enough settings on here that I think you can get it relatively comfortable for productivity use. So hopefully you guys can see this. So there is a bit of ghosting, but what I've done is, and I'll show you my settings in a second, I've got it to a level where right now it's hardly noticeable. So let me zoom in so you guys can see. So if I scroll through here, you can see there is a slight ghosting, and I'll still continue to play around with the settings here, but I can live with this because it's really not too bad. And then why don't I show you some of the here we go, screen tests. As you can see, it really is not too bad. And then if I show you the normal ghosting, let's zoom in here. As you can see, that's pretty good and something pretty comfortable. Actually, before we head over to the gameplay footage, why don't I show you the remote control that comes with it, which makes it very easy just to update any settings that you want to do rather than toggling the little knob, which is just here. I just find it a lot easier with this remote control. It's a very straightforward remote control, and if you just press on it, it just brings up the settings that you want. It's super quick, and then I'll show you in terms of what I'm running. So I have the picture on HDR movie because I think, for my eyes anyway, that was the most pleasant picture. And I have the overdrive unbalanced. That really helped with the ghosting. But again, you can play around with the settings. You can take the HDR off. There's various different picture modes. You can pick one that is most suited to your needs, that you find most pleasant. I suggest, just taking some time and really playing around with the settings. But again, using the remote, it's super quick and intuitive. And now let's jump into Here we have Cyberpunk running at pretty much max settings, and as you can hopefully be able to tell, it looks pretty incredible. See all the ray trace reflections. It's relatively smooth at 4K, although the FPS is lower, but that's because we're running everything at max settings. But hopefully you can see it's pretty smooth and just looks absolutely stunning. Next we have Doom Eternal again running at 4K, pretty much max settings, and as you can see, you know, I'm hitting 144 frames per second, and it is very responsive, very quick. Colors just look amazing, and just the HDR on this is just pretty stunning. And finally we have Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Again, you can see hopefully on the screen, and it probably doesn't do it justice recording this on my iPhone, just how amazing this looks. I mean, you know, you can see the detail, the colors, you know, just the sunlight coming through. It just all looks amazing. And you know, just being immersed in a screen of this size for gameplay at 4K, which is what I'm interested in. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea. A lot of people look for, you know, a higher refresh rate than 144 Hertz, especially on FPS titles, but that's not something I really game as much on, and it's not my priority. My priority is 4K HDR, like really looking for next gen titles and visuals that takes advantage of my 3080 and a monitor to really, you know, display all that power. I'm really happy with the choice, and it's again buttery smooth.
What mischief have you been at?
Running at 60 frames per second plus, all on max settings. So hopefully that's just a little taste of what you can expect from this monitor. I know it's not a full comprehensive review, but you will find those from a lot more YouTubers in the coming days and weeks, I'm sure. But I just wanted to get this out there. Hopefully, you know, helps anyone on, you know, deciding on this monitor just what to expect. Also wanted to show you what 4K video looks like on this screen. This is just off YouTube, just a 4K video, but hopefully you can see video does look pretty good on this panel, although YouTube probably isn't the best place to view, you know, full 4K HDR content. But I guess it gives you an idea of how videos would look. I do need to try and test it on other video platforms, maybe Netflix, Amazon Prime, and see what the HDR content looks like. But even on YouTube, I have to say, this just does look pretty impressive.